Success is not 80% mindset and 20% strategy. How to grow your business with the right growth mindset. Now, there is only two elements to grow your business fast, and success is not 80% mindset and 20% strategy. I know that you'd have heard that many, many times, and I'm going to tell you exactly why it's not 80% mindset and 20% strategy. And at the end, I'll show you exactly what to do. Is it mindset? Of course it is, right? Is it strategy? Of course it is. Is it both? Of course it is, but it's not 80-20. Hear me out on this. You need a strategy and a system, regardless of what business or niche you have. And the biggest problems are in scaling. You can't get more clients, right? Let's look at the inverse. You can't increase your price point, then that means you can't scale. And if you can't increase the frequency of purchase, then you can't scale. And so those are the only three things that you need in order to grow any business. You need to be able to get more clients on, sell more units, increase the price of your units, and then increase the frequency of purchase. That is the only three ways of which you can grow any business. Now look at mindset. If you're stuck in overwhelm, the reason that you're overwhelmed is you're probably trying to do too many things, right? Which is the wrong strategy, which means no system. If you're trying to do multiple different businesses at the same time and you don't have one working yet, you need to focus on one first before you go to the rest. Whereas most people today are trying to do hundreds of different things. You don't have the time, right? Which means that with all of the things that you're doing, you're probably trying to post on every single social media content. You're not concise with how you spend your time. You're not sure what a high income generating task is. And so thus it's not a mindset thing. It's because you have the wrong strategy and you have no system, right? You don't have money, right? And so because your current strategy to getting paid, your skills are not getting paid what you think that they should be paid. So it's not a mindset thing. It's because you have the wrong skills, which is again, learning skills is a strategy. There's a very specific set of skill sets that will get paid more. There's specific skill sets that you get paid less for. So again, it's not mindset, it's strategy. So look, Ed, what about developing the belief to do this though? What if you believe you can, but you're facing the wrong direction is what I would say. Belief is one element, that's for sure, mindset, right? But look, if you believe that you really can do something, right? You really want to do it, right? And you're the most motivated person in the world. You've done loads of YouTube videos. You're pumped up. You've listened to every single podcast, right? It doesn't matter how motivated you are. If you are facing the wrong direction, as in the strategy is wrong, then no amount of motivation is going to make this person win this race. It just doesn't work like that, right? So thus the strategy system is wrong. Even Roger Bannister, one of the most famous stories in the world, Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile, 6th of May 1954, not because he just believed he could do it, because he figured out the strategy first. He actually did the research, because at that time, science was saying the brain can't run at that sort of speed, the body would blow up. And so the evidence was stacked against him, and he started doing his research and building his strategic approach to breaking that distance, because he had to gradually build up to it. The strategy did it first, right? And then look, a lot of people don't talk about this, but 46 days later, it was John Landy who did the same, because the strategy was proven, thus he believed it possible. Because John had done it, he worked out the strategy, the belief became possible, right? And then John, who was his biggest competitor at the time, copied the exact same strategy, and he believed it possible because he saw John do it, so he already knew it was possible. He copied the same strategy and was able to do it in a much quicker time. The same concept in sport you can see all the time. Mike Tyson, at the beginning of his kind of peak of his career, he had this belief around him that he couldn't be taken past five rounds, right? And then it was Buster Douglas, who is one of the most sporting upheavals that has ever occurred. Buster Douglas, out of nowhere, started to push Mike Tyson beyond that 5th round, 6th round, 7th round, 8th round. And what happened was just absolutely crazy, because he ended up knocking out Mike Tyson. And up till then, this had never been done before. And when you look at how this occurred, he made a simple strategic approach that no matter what happened, he would get up. He made a belief around it because he'd made a promise to his dying mum, and 23 days prior to this boxing match, he had died. And so the whole thing just became like this huge emotional thing. But he strategically made a strategic approach, made a commitment to his mum, and he didn't know know whether he could do it or not. The belief, wasn't really there yet. He took Mike Tyson, broke that belief, and now after that, people would say that that was kind of like the downfall of Mike's career. It spiraled downwards because Buster Douglas did it strategically. He had been able to do what other people hadn't. It became possible. One of the most powerful quotes I think you're going to ever read, Harriet Tubman: "I freed 1,000 slaves. I could have freed thousands more if they only knew they were slaves." Because the thing with belief is that you buy into the belief that you're born into. If you have a family that aren't very successful, then you could potentially believe that for yourself too. But it's actually got nothing to do with your family environment. It's to do with the strategies that you adopt. What Harriet realized is there were certain specific strategies that allowed her to free herself up from being a slave. So thus she realized that she was no longer a slave, believed she was no longer a slave. Yet so many didn't, because they were so ingrained into that old belief. So look, what about developing the belief to do it? If the right or wrong strategy makes it possible, seeing someone else do it is still a strategy and a system process. The belief comes from the right or wrong strategy system. Like, if you've tried the wrong strategy and it hasn't worked, you create a disempowering belief. If you tried the right strategy and it works, what happens? You create a powerful belief. Believing you can do it with the right strategy depends on the environment. Who you spend time with is who you become, right? If you spend time with a lot of people that are bringing you down, you then start believing yourself as less than, and you start thinking that stuff is not possible for you. So look, let me take you through. If you are someone that wants to grow your business rapidly and you want to get more clients on, you want to increase your price point, the three core ways of which we're going to grow any business: get more clients on, increase your price point, and then increase the frequency of purchase. But we can guarantee almost anyone potential clients with our COA system. What we do is leverage lead flow into one sales process, a call application funnel, and then one program which is automated delivery. And so we're going to take an ad with any socials that you already have. We're going to drive that into one piece of content. We show you exactly how to set it up. We've done everything for you into one sales process, teach you everything you need in order to deliver that so that you can make one sale into a program. You're now collecting data, so you're collecting a client list, which means that you can sell your business later on, because that's what the actual real value to a business is, how much data they have. That's why WhatsApp was sold for 19 billion, right? That's why Facebook are worth whatever they're worth right now, because they're collecting data, email addresses and phone numbers, not because they got followers. All right, we're going to drive that email address and phone numbers into that sales consultation process. And so this is the COA system. You own this system for life. And look, just a heads up, I want to say thank you for coming to this video. Get a free Get Clients marketing plan. All you have to do is click the link below, and one of my team will take you through exactly how to fix the core problem that's stopping you from getting clients at the level that you want, or increasing your price point, or increasing frequency. And then you'll walk away with a Get Clients completely free marketing plan. That's how we roll. See you soon. Subscribe to the channel.